Yep, you did have no sound. I had the microphone turned off. Is that better? Now I'm here. I'll go back and do that again. Hi, Judy. Hi, Diane. And hi, Kathy. That's what you missed. It was the hellos. And you had no sound, but have you got it now? Have you got it now? Good morning, Tracy. How are you? And Kathy, you've mentioned you have no sound. Does that mean I've still got no sound? Still got no sound. Okay, let me see. What have I got plugged in? Hold on. I've got to check this out. Microphone. It's saying I have a microphone there. Let me see. Can hear me now? Ah, good. Good. Can hear me now. I'll put it on. Look, sometimes when the messing around with the settings and stuff happens and I'm trying something new, which I was trying, but I've gone back to just using the eCam and it's through Restream, so it goes to those 5 channels. So you guys are showing up on the Facebook page. I'm assuming My Time TV. So I'll just keep moving forward. I love those hearts. They're gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And good morning, Sarah. You are here. Good. Here on your time. Yes. And on time. Yeah. Did I put that one up yet? Yeah, I probably did. And Tracy's saying yes, she hears me. Goody, goody, goody. Now, I'm just going to go and try and minimize my background browser because that's a bit hard to see sometimes. The other stuff. Right. So, it doesn't really matter which channel you're here on. You've got the opportunity to actually be watching this via Periscope or Twitter. So it's got that one. It's got the it's Periscope, Twitter, YouTube, and the 2 Facebook pages, the Boundy page and the mytimetv.live page. So hopefully you're not missing out, and thank you for being here, is what I was trying to say. Now, we're here for the purpose, of course, of good morning, Kat, how are you? And loved your cards this morning, thank you for sharing. And the purpose is for the general card reading, that is the Lenormand deck, because it's all I've been using for these readings. At some point I might drop in a different type of Lenormand, but that's what I'm going to be using and continue using. So if you're used to tarot, this is a bit different. But they're a beautiful deck of cards, and we're going to switch around now to using them, to showing you the cards. Now keep in mind, you tune into your own intuitive senses as we're doing these too and going through them. So this is the deck that I'm using. It is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand. I'm using the expanded edition so because I just like some of the cards that are with that deck. Yeah, you liked them too. Yes, that's wonderful. And this was the common card between today and yesterday. And these two, I think, too, were yesterday's as well. I know that we seem to be having a bit of a trend here again, because I know the mask has been in through this week as well. But we're going to start at the start. Start at the start? Well, which is logical, isn't it? Good morning, Sharon. How are you? We've got the birds are in the workspace energy. We've got the mask in the home space energies. We've got the heart up there in the unexpected. We've got fox in the your role, and I know that's been there before this week. And we've got the mice, which was up there yesterday, the mice in the outcome. So it's a very interesting spread this morning. So birds in that workspace for me, as far as business space and that type of thing goes, it really is a self-explanatory. It's about the communication and getting ideas in that shed. It's still, it's always going to be something that's recurring, especially in the workspace, especially if you're working in business, building your own business. Even if you're a solopreneur, that long tongue twister of a word, even if you're a solo operator working from home like I am, it still is a communication with the ideas that are popping up in the brain at times, or with spirit even, because that is what my base of work is. I do work with spirit a lot, so it is about the communication and getting stuff thought about even. It's not even just from the thought to the mental, and then from the mental out verbally to others to share and put ideas out there. The brainstorming, that old term that when you're in a group you can use. By yourself it's a bit interesting with me, myself and I. But that's what it is. It is the communication today. We've got also in that home space, it is that mask. So who are you hiding some of your stuff from, or who are you revealing? Because you could be taking that mask off. So it's always going to be a two-way street. Vulnerability can be challenging, it can be frightening, and that's why we sometimes do have those masks up. And other reasons are because we haven't learned how to take them off at times, because we've had that habit so ingrained within us that it's very hard to be vulnerable, to actually even know for ourselves what needs to be brought out into the open as far as our true inner self personality or character, or standing our ground for once and saying, no, I'm not being this way anymore. I feel that this is false. I need to actually take down the mask and reveal, in this instance, what's happening for me now. And Fiona's just saying too, you had a lot of birds in your workspace working with the crystal, as they're hanging. I love the crystal hangings too. Chimes, I've got a set of chimes out the window, and it's lovely to have the sound of the birds in the background, as well as the chatter that the wind speaks through the chimes. And I think this too, with the mask, it's sometimes that inner chatter that gives us the revelations that we need as to, yes, when it's time to take off the mask for a particular person. And sometimes it is a handy thing to put it on when we do feel a bit threatened, but make sure it's not a permanent fixture, that it's something you feel you can never remove. Because, that it also adds sometimes to that secrecy and allure of who we are as well, if you can understand what I'm saying there. That's just what I'm feeling around this card this morning. So very, very interesting to have that in our home space. And it could just be that we're decorating to what we feel. I've seen these masks in places, those plaster masks, the masquerade type masks that look absolutely beautiful too. I feel that it could be some of that are we acting or are we being in our truth? Okay, so anyway, take from that what you feel is most important to you, and you might be getting a different message around what the mask is as well. Hearts, or heart, in that unexpected space. Lovely one to have, because there's moments where you sometimes feel life is being a bit overwhelming and it's just, there's no one around for me or anything, that you feel like you're on your own. I'm feeling the heart's coming into your space today just to reconnect with self, and the people around you just popping in those instances with that love base, having that sharing and caring that really is from the heart. So I'm feeling, that two-way interaction with everyone, to be able to actually, feel and put in your own heart into what you're doing today too. Don't forget, because we do have the fox in this space again. That's your role. Remember, I had it the other day. I can remember the explanation fairly well because it was only the other day. So it's another reminder of a similar energy still flowing through. That is our role. It's that interconnection of who we are, because we had the mouse was up the top, and it was almost that it's seen as a negative card. Now I don't see any card as positive, negative. It's just explaining the story to us and giving us guidance around what our story is for the day today. So with that, what feels like a sneakiness in the fox, it's only that they're from their position, just looking after their own, wanting to feed themselves and have some play, because I know from experience that foxes in a chook yard don't just take them to eat one. They will just go in there for the fun of it to kill, and they might eat one. They might drag one off to eat, to their den for their pups or whatever they're called. Cubs? Are they fox cubs? I can't remember the name. Actually, yeah, it'd be good to know. Anyone know? Just type it in your chat, in the chat stream. Cups, pups. Yeah, interesting. Anyway, I know that the female's called a vixen. Anyway, we are all looking after our own, and that is our role. That's our responsibility for today. Our role really is to be aware, and it is, it's not so much the nurture, it's supply. Cubs are cool. So it is cubs. Right, good. Thank you for that. I need some clarification sometimes that, eases the mind of having to think of it. You know how sometimes when there's something on the tip of your tongue and you're absolutely wanting to get it out, but you cannot remember exactly what the phrase is. This happens to us as we get a little older, guaranteed. And then, 2 hours down the track, you remember it and you just blurt it out of context completely, and it's just so funny. Anyway, it feels like that here, without being in context. It's like the sneaky fox is being bad, but it's not. It's that support that the rooster is looking after his roost, and the chook's in his coop. There's a range, there's a family there that he's looking after, and it's a wonderful feeling for me to see that, because it's just working things through that's going to create that balance for us, that we are going to, and I do feel from my space, how I like to live is in a more ethical role, that you're actually not wasting resources. The fox does in real fact of life nature, they do. But it's still, all of that part of it still recycles in its way through the system, that nothing is wasted and everything is perfect. So feel into that and wonder, now what am I going to do next that's going to support and supply, whatever I'm doing in my workspace or my home space, that type of thing. So you're making a double up. Oh, that's wonderful, Fiona. Oh, it's lovely to have those crystals around. Oh, cups or pups? Oh, cubs or pups? Oh, pups. Yeah, okay, so it can be all right for either. Yeah, thanks for all that feedback. Because I'm probably going to Google it later. Anyway, here we have the mice at what's our outcome. So definitely, having used what resources we can lay our hands on, sneak around, we're resourcing our resources. So, and using immediately. There's nothing about storing this for later. So what we're having happen with our day-to-day really is getting in, jumping in, taking advantage of, being opportunistic, and using what is within our reach today. So that's what I'm feeling with having the mice in the outcome. So we are going to absolutely be able to use what we've got in our day-to-day. And whether it's frivolously, like this one swinging on there and not realising he's going to be on his bum in a minute, but just to, it's the exploring, it's discovering, it's, having that there and enjoying what we've found. The careful part I feel for this message is basically we do need to be careful that we're not, I think the awareness that we're not stealing someone else's property or ideas, or manipulating how they should be acting, reacting and whatnot to us. Be truthful to self and bring your heart into that centre of what you're doing today. And knowing that what you're doing is within your own values and ethics and all that you are. So thank you for being here. And yes, cubs or pups? Cubs. Cubs. I feel it's cubs too, but I'm definitely going to look it up. Thank you for getting back with that. Be tomorrow morning. I'm not sure how I'm going to present it, because I do like that I'm able to do through Restream. It is to those five avenues. Oh, 5. There's 5 to the 5 different channels, or the avenues, outputs. I am enjoying that function. It is cubs. Good. Thank you. So now that has it set me off on another tangent of thought too. So be as true to you as you can be. Bring the heart into your space today in whatever way you can, and to be the best that you can be. So I'll be back here tomorrow morning. By some means, whether be live or whether just decam or what way, I'll be here. All good things leading into it, and keep being the best you can be. I'm trying to find where the finish is on this. I'll get used to it all one day. Oh, there's a message just before we go. What you said with your nephew. Namaste. And that's how I'm going to finish too. So namaste until tomorrow. And bye for now.